Well, what's going on, Cardinal Nation? Well, man, really tough loss today in a long game, losing 2-1 in 13 innings. That's right, 13 innings to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Uh, this match is our longest game, I believe, in terms of innings since the extra inning rule with the automatic runner, which started in 2020. Yeah, this match is our longest game in terms of innings. So it's definitely a tough loss, but it was a pitcher's duel throughout. Uh, as Cardinals starter Eric Fetty would go 6 innings without allowing a hit. Although he would walk four, strike out only two. Uh, a very strong start from Fetty. Uh, Probably his best start as a Cardinal. I mean, he didn't give up any hits. He was great, but would be pulled with four walks, only 88 pitches. So who knows? Maybe he could have pitched longer, but oh well. And Pirates starter Mitch Keller went 7 1/3, so he pitched in the eighth inning, gave up four hits, walked only one, struck out six, and yeah, and it was a scoreless game until the 12th inning. We had a lot of chances in this game, uh, but yeah, it was a pitcher's duel throughout. Uh, Pirates would not get their first hit until 2 outs in the bottom of the seventh, a single off of reliever Phil Maton, who still has a perfect ERA. He's been outstanding. So he had a great chance to get on the board in the top of the eighth. Base hit by Thomas Sajacy, and then a walk by Mason Wynn would knock Mitch Keller out of the game, and then Willis Contreras would reach an infield hit. However, Sajacy would be out trying to score. So that was definitely frustrating. So keep the game scoreless. Kyle Lehey then with a scoreless eighth inning. And then a 1-2-3 ninth inning, top of the ninth. Then Ryan Fernandez would strike out two to send the game to extra innings. So this is already our fourth time this season playing in extra innings. And we're 0-3. We had a chance in the top of the 10th to take the lead with Michael Ciani actually pinch running the automatic runner for Alec Burleson, and Pedro Pages with a single. However, Ciani would be thrown out at home to keep the game scoreless. And at the bottom of the 10th, Jojo Romero on the mound. He would then get a ground out and a pop out. Pirates would strand runners on the corners to send the game to the 11th, and we would not score. We would strand another runner. Then Ryan Helsley pitching in the bottom of the 11th. He would then intentionally walk Brian Reynolds, and then he would get Andrew McCutchen out on strikes, and then a base hit by Joey Bart, and runner Alexander Canario would be out trying to score, so that would keep the game scoreless and keep the game going. Canario, the potential winning run, would be out. So go to the 12th inning, still scoreless. Donovan would ground out, and then Nolan Arenado would be intentionally walked to put runners on first and third for Jordan Walker. And Jordan Walker, facing a new pitcher, would line a base hit and score Willis Contreras to put us up 1-0. And then Pages out on a fielder's choice. Then Scott would pop out on a 7-pitch at bat. So and then Steven Matz coming in trying to get the save. He actually had a 3-inning save, I think, like the third game of the season. So trying to get the save, and he would get the first 2 outs, but then with the runner on third, ex-Cardinal Tommy Pham would drive in a run to tie it up 1-1. And it would go to the 13th, and Luken Baker and Mason Wynn would strike out. Lars Newbar then be intentionally walked, bringing up Willis Contreras, then he would ground out. So still tied, and into the bottom of the 13th, Chris Roycroft on the mound. He would walk Canario and Brian Reynolds So the double play was in order, and Andrew McCutchen would then ground out. We would get the force at home to keep it tied, but then on the eighth pitch to the at bat, to catcher Joey Bart, he would line a base hit to left to win it for the Pirates, 2-1. So yeah, it was a long game, 13 innings and almost 3.5 hours. So, but there still were a lot of good things about this game. 6 hitless innings from Eric Fetty. That's not easy to do. So, but we just stranded a lot of runners on base, and yeah, just couldn't get it done. Stranded 11 runners on base, 3 for 15 with runners in scoring position. But the Pirates, they would strand 14 runners. So, yeah, basically it was all about the pitching in this one. So, yeah, now I have kind of a much needed off day Thursday after a 1-5 road trip through Boston and Pittsburgh. So, the pitching's done solid, but, just not picking up timely hits. So, anyway, an off day, and then head home, host the Philadelphia Phillies, team that's been in the playoffs the past 3 years, so that will not be an easy series. We'll face the Phillies and then the Houston Astros next week. So, see how that goes. So till Friday, Comics saying go Cards.